anything. Then I kept thinking about you two together. I just thought you guys were really good friends, or maybe he was gay or something. I think that's wrong.
I'm sorry, too. I think that we both made some bad choices.
So you're gonna start dating Albert then?
No. No, he has a girlfriend.
Yeah. Wait a minute, you broke up for her wedding for the guy.
No. There were a lot of reasons.
He's ready to try to go out. Okay, man.
I know.
Oh, yes, great, very good. So Daryl and the boys in the Hood of the Warehouse have graciously donated to go out for a beer with them right now. You know what? I'm actually going to bid on this. I'm going to start the bidding because this is something that I've dreamt of.
Mike, we can't do this. Conflict of interest.
$5. So, to Jim.
Okay, so have fun, you guys.
She thought it was McNabb. What you gonna do?
Another round? Boys? Great. Alfred?
What's up, Roy?
Hey, man.
So I just put some Tiger Balm on my pineal gland area. This is Florida water, and what y'all see me had in that bottle right there, the little small bottle, it's a combination of frankincense, myrrh, uh, sandalwood, and Egyptian musk oil with some products that I got from a cat named Brother Panic. Real dynamic dude, you feel what I'm saying? If you had the pleasures of communing with him while he was down on this plane, then you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you know what to do, now that he's made the ascension or, you know, made the transformation or whatever, without going in as a fan, you know, I get to talk to the president. Ooh, I can access more. No. If you're going accessing him as another greater, higher point of yourself, then, you know. So the products that are infused with those oils I just named, one of them is called fuck up fluid. And fuck up fluid is used exactly for what it is. All the negative, and please, whatever you do, if you stuck on, oh, why you had to name it that? That automatically says it's not for you. It's not a bad thing. Don't look at it as negative in any kind of light, except for when you say polarity, energy, and then you move beyond that, because we're beyond polarity now. You got to come out of duality. If you feel called to do that. So the chemical combination and fuck up fluid, I do not know the recipe. I didn't bother to ask for the recipe. Quite frankly, it ain't my business, because I know who I am, but still, I don't want to give that part of me that I know that can raise up any room to say, I got my own brand of fuck up fluid. No, fuck up fluid already exists. So fuck up fluid is exactly what it sounds like. Not to do you any harm. And it's not to say, ooh, I'm going to throw some fuck up fluid on you next time you run up on me. No, you put it on the back of your neck or your pineal gland area or wherever. I put it wherever I deem necessary. And you won't have those kinds of encounter. And it's not like, oh, this is to keep the bad people. Because, you know, there's some bad people in the world. Newsflash, you're in a human body. You're one of those bad people. End of story. It's not me categorizing you. It's not me putting you in a place. It's not me giving you what I think. It's what the research, the transformative alchemic research has led me to know, not to believe, not what I think, not my opinion, not something that I'm going to debate, because this is non-debatable information. You're in the human body. You're those bad people if that fits your category of well, scratch that. If that's how you see things, because I don't want to put nothing in the category. All is all. Bubblegum wrapper is trash. Even if you throw it in the garbage can properly, it's still trash. And I know that makes sense. Of course it's trash. You threw it in the garbage can. No, it's trash, period. Why? Because it had to exist. You need bubblegum. Think about that. And it's not to be profound and deep. So it's fuck up fluid in here with that, what you see floating in there are rose petals and a piece of Palo Santo wood stick that I had been burning and using. Now also, he sells rose water. Well, at the time he was selling rose water. Now, everybody's got their own rendition of rose water. His ain't greater than yours. If you know the man, he'd already put you up on it. Hey, you can make it yourself. I just happen to sell what the Spirit gave for me as a means to use for myself. And I'm just paraphrasing, not saying this is what he said word for word, but I'm paraphrasing. basically what the man said, spirit gave for him to use for himself, and then turn around and say, hey, look, if you wanna help yourself and help your family, sell that shit. Oftentimes we get people that say, well, if you this spiritual person, why we gotta buy it? Shit. Why you gotta buy food? Especially if you live in a region like California, the state of Washington, where you can Georgia, where you openly see this shit growing freely on trees. You see this shit openly growing on trees, right? And then you robotically go into the store and buy that same shit. Or if you one of those people who robotically come out and say, hey, that's mine, why you pulling that off my tree? Now, here's the traditional argument. It's in their yard, it's on their property. I've been to those places where it grows. And a lot of those people are willingly giving it away. After a while, your mind goes into a place where it's like, what's the point of me hoarding this shit? It's gonna keep coming back every fucking year. The only way it doesn't come back is if I neglect it. And it takes a lot of neglect for it not to come back. So this ain't no special thing. It's not like, oh my God, I can't get access to it. Yeah, you can. You can make your own fuck up fluid if you so desire. Only thing I would advise is don't go perpetrating like it's blood shit. You know what I'm talking about? Not me telling you don't do it. I'm advising you. Not for some unforeseen consequences. Oh, you gonna get punished. He gonna get you. He's a spirit. He's gonna. That man don't give a fuck what you doing right now, cause he free. He out of here. You know what I'm saying? And he got a family that's still down here. Not saying that he up there. Oh, I wish my family. No. All I'm saying is, motherfuckers kicking it. You should be doing the same thing. It's not all about that. And understand this. Everything that you see people doing is right on schedule. No matter how horrific or how graphic it is. Your understanding is either on one level or the next. And that one level is, not saying that this is it, this is all, you know, that one level is either you really don't understand what it is that you're experiencing, or that you understand it and you're moving on. Ain't no other way around it. Ain't nothing else. Nothing else magical. No, oh, here go this is the answer I've been looking for. No, the answer you've been looking for is, now that you understand it, what's next? So, in this particular exercise, we're going to get down with these joints right here as a means to, you know, shoot some energy down here in the lower region. Because let's just face it, when you came on this side of things, this side of you started here. 1, 2, 3. This is what you're raising up. Doesn't matter about the order. You know the order already to this. Doesn't matter how I'm holding them. You know the order already. So what I just showed you, you're raising that up to this and beyond. It doesn't stop here. A lot of people get confused and say, oh, this is the end all be all. you know, right here, and right here, you know, and this is the end all be all. No, this right here is to maintain you while everybody else continues at their own time and on their own pace, waking up. That's what that is. And it gets you back to what you truly are, not who you truly are. So, you know, it's not about who gets it and who don't get it. You just spread around you like that. Let it rain down, boom, covers your whole auric field. It filters down through all of the chakras, from the etheric, from the quantum, the etheric, all the way down to the earth chakra. Bottom line. It's not a matter of repellent. It's just small maintenance. Because guess what? You're around people. And you want to make sure you keep it clean, basically, as far as the energy goes. But again, it may sound contradictory. It's not like you going out there saying, oh, no. There are no people you should stay away from. There are no people you should stay away from. For me personally, it's not up for debate. But if you feel like there are, I'm not telling you you're wrong. And I'm not saying, no, you're wrong. There are no people. I'm just saying, from what I've come to know. But if you feel like there are, then by all means. But the only thing I would add to that is don't treat people as such. Inwardly, outwardly, secretively, none of that. If that's the case, then guess what? You saying that, you should automatically realize, hold on, wait a minute. These are the people whom I came back to save without the God complex. These are the people whom I came to raise up without me constantly charting their progress. If you recommend something to someone, it's pointless to go back and say, hey, did you read that? Did you look at that video? Did you check it out? That's all I'm saying. Let them do it. If they do it, they do it. If they don't, they don't. You know why? Because it's on them, not you. You want to waste time trying to save a bunch of people? Go right ahead. It's all good. You're just stretching your energy and wearing yourself thin on an occasion that's going to be all occasions. It's going to happen anyway. Person going to do what they want to do until they decide different. So, right now, and I'm going to be spinning this one too, which is the crown. So we're going to start the heart, the throat, the third eye, the crown. But we're going to shoot some energy to the first three with these right here. You know, get that ground and that stabilization, you know, with this therapy session. So I'm finna get all my talking and infomercials, all of that type of stuff out the way. If you so feel it, you feel like it, you are able to subscribe to all of my channels. Facebook at NTB Enterprises, or Sean Bunch / Mad Flows Thienzu on Facebook. And don't worry about it. All that information will be posted later. You also on YouTube. All of the information will be posted later. So you'll have ample opportunity to get the information and subscribe. And on TikTok. And you want to hit my pockets, want to make them donations, all the information for that as well too will be posted later. Right now, focus on this. Let's get this going first. We'll get to all the other stuff later. So this is the infomercials. I'm getting them out the way. When will class be going on again? Real soon. I'm not actually, I believe, you know what? I'll just say this. I'm compiling a ancestor list. I'm compiling the list, a libations list to do libations. I'm compiling the list, and I'm going to do the activation of that list, the activation ceremony. And I'm getting the criteria, because I'm not just going to jump on here and start, saying a bunch of stuff that may hold your attention. No, I want to give you some things that you can actually use to make that transformation. Some stuff you can use to do the work. I'm not here as a behavioral specialist. I'm not here to save humanity. I'm not here to save the babies. I'm not here to save the black community. Nor am I here to turn my back on the babies, the black community, or humanity. That's not what I'm doing. I'm here to save me, and hopefully with the information that I'm using to save myself and sharing with you, you could do the same. And that's how you, like myself, in turn, save the black community, humanity, the babies, and everybody else. All of those things you want to happen for other people, great, all good. But I'm telling you, as far as I know, not guess, not think, not, oh, I said that, but no, I'm talking about what I know. If you want to do any of those things, if you solely do them for yourself, in a selfish, selfless way, what I'm saying is, you got to be selfish. The selfishness is to keep it totally focused on you and your inward transformation. If you solely keep it focused on your inward transformation, everything, it's just like when they say, when you get better, everything around you gets better. Take that to the quantum level. Take that to the quantum level. And again, this ain't about black, white, purple, orange, pink. So however you choose to identify, it's all good. Make no mistake about it. In the spirit realm, none of this shit counts. So all of our hang-ups about who am I, how do I identify myself, and address me by this, that's cool. All right? Some of this stuff, it'll take me some time. If we happen to get cool, I meet you in person, you say, well, I identify as this. If I don't do it right away, don't get offended. Some of this shit is like, okay, all right, I'll get used to it. Not tolerate you. But I'm not used to, that type of thing. So it's going to take me some time. But just know I am not that kind of guy that'd be like, yeah, and then behind your back laughing. No, that ain't what this is. All I'm simply saying is this here. Your earthly identification ain't got shit to do with what's going on in the spirit world. Our hang-ups about people and everything else ain't got nothing to do with what's going on in the spirit world. The spirit world is a place that if you don't know, your ass just don't know. but it's not like you can't get it. It's not an impossibility. It's when are you gonna decide to stop being so egotistically and taking yourself so goddamn serious? I don't take myself serious at all, but you just can't walk up on me and do anything to me. And when I say I don't take myself serious, I don't take myself serious to where things begin to affect me, to where it drains me and pull me back down to the realm of human thought. Then I'll become angry, bitter, gossipy. I'll start blaming people for the faults of being human. When guess what? Everybody down here is suffering from the condition called humanity. We're all suffering from humanity. Every last one of us. Including the people who putting fluoride in your fucking drinking water. They want to be the rulers of humanity. And guess what? Here's another thing to go with that. They want to be the ones who lord over humanity. They want to set themselves up as the God. Fun fact about that, can't do it. They can't do it. Why? Because they don't have the genetics to make the quantum leap. Does that make us better than them? No. There is no I'm better than you. Get that out your head. You're not better than anybody. Because guess what? Your ass in a human body, and I don't see you doing none of the stuff that you give them the credit for, but yet you say that's who we are really. And I ain't calling you out. I'm just saying, if you better than them, why the hell you focused on them? What the hell they got going on that pulls you out of your divinity back down here? You can't say it's the people who don't know, because them the ones you look at like, ew. You see a person, you like, you hungry, you be like, oh, no, and then you handing it to them like this. You know, you don't want them to touch you. Don't start talking about spirits jumping off on you, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. Look, that's all bullshit and ego. It's all bullshit and ego. You're not gonna go feed a bunch of homeless people and then right after that, well, before I get in the car, let me sage my body. Let me light a sage stick because I don't want that riding with me. Why the fuck you go around them? Were you feeding them or were you feeding your ego? Because if you really knew, you feeding them every day, guess what? I'm talking from experience. Of being one of those people who received the bag lunch. On the other side of the person given to me, guess what you do? You're not helping them. Not one time did that person learn how to feed himself. And I talked to all sort of people who came where I was, not just me, but where I was amongst others in my position, and got their thoughts and ideologies on what they were doing. Okay? In one situation, me and my homie, my partner, we hustling, you know, scraping up a few dollars to go do what we want to do, you know. And here's a cat that come down there, you know, he's from a Bible college. Now, here's the disclaimer. I am not speaking ill of this person. I'm just showing you mindset of people. Mindset. We're talking about a mindset. We're not talking about the human. We're talking about the human condition, mindset. So we're down there at the spot where we be at. Cat come through, he see us. We eating chicken that we got from Jules. Okay? He come up. Who bought y'all the chicken? We're talking mindset now. The question is, who bought it for us? Because you're used to coming down there and giving us bags and we're taking them out of your hand. Okay? So apparently somebody had to have bought us this because this is out of reach for us. Even though he has come down there and bore witness to one of the ways that we chose to make money. And it wasn't selling drugs. And it wasn't robbing people. Okay? But he bore witness to one of the ways that we was making money. And had conversations with us about the way we was making money. Okay? But this particular day, you walked up on us and we was eating chicken and it wasn't a bunch of other people around eating the same chicken that we was eating from the same place. Who bought you the chicken? We told them, no, we got this. So there were still leading questions as to who bought you the chicken. So we kept conversating with the cat. So he still got the sack lunches, whatever. You know, if you know, you know. Don't start swallowing the spit now nervously. Y'all Negroes and everybody else, y'all know damn well y'all get up, make them fucking sandwiches that you don't eat every day in your own life. But they'll eat it because guess what? They ain't got nothing else. But if you were in that position and somebody came to you every day with a bologna sandwich, a bag of chips, a barrel juice, something you probably don't even want your kids buying from the corner store, them little barrel juices, them should be outlawed in every part of existence. They really should. Or a Capri Sun, a Ziploc bag of cookies with the few cookies in it, or either a Ziploc bag of chips or a little bag of chips. That's the standard. Don't give me that it's cheap, easy, and affordable. Because then you got to think and ask yourself, wait a minute, why am I being cheap and doing good? You follow me? Why am I looking for the cheap, easiest way to do good? Well, that's all I have. Well, don't do it. Devote your energy into saying, I see them no longer having to need this. But you can't blame them because how many people truly know that? How many people really know that? How many people really know that? Okay? And even if you can afford to give people a higher quality meal, something that you know you would eat, because you know what the hell a homeless person gonna do with a steak dinner? Probably try to sell it to get some drugs. You cracking your jokes while you making the food. You know. I'm only talking about the human condition. This is not my way of ranting about something that I went through so long ago. Here's my platform. Subscribe to my channel. No, this ain't that. No, baby. Sorry. You won't get that from me. I'm talking about a mindset as being confined into the human condition and thinking as the human and saying, okay, I have an answer for that. does it still involve you thinking as the human? Well, I'm in a human body, so what? If you put gasoline in a car, does the gasoline become the car, or does it transform from liquid to vapor to the energy? I ain't said nothing that went over your head, nothing complex, nothing deep. All I'm asking is a real life fucking question here. When you put gasoline in a car, does it become the car? And can the car run without gasoline? We're talking about gasoline powered cars for specifics. So, you're in a human body. The end of it. The end. You're only in a human body. The end. Do you know how you got here other than, well, a sexual act occurred? You ever wonder why babies fight not to come out the womb and they cry when they come out the womb? You ever wonder why? Without the physicality of the human body, all is possible. First off, you got to really feel sorry for any being that has to come back here as a baby, even when in the womb. Because guess what? At least in the womb, there's a chance for escape. Woman might be pregnant, she lose the child, the doctor can't explain it, they come up with a name for that shit. And they tell you that, and they start implanting that in the psyche, and guess what? They really know what happened. No, son or God, as we call him, or goddess, put it like this, they didn't want to be here. That's an advanced being who said, oh, the hell with this. No. Especially if they're in the womb. You can't say that. They're not even formed yet. How they know we arguing? Hey. Over here, daylight, guess what? They know. Now, if you want to start arguing semantics about, so what do you think about abortion? I don't know. Do it look like I'm talking to you about some fucking abortion? No. So you saying I'm telling you, as a sperm, that motherfucker's aware. Because guess what? It's not a random thing when the sperm energizes the egg through fertilization. And guess what? It's the spermicide light that charges that, and then it begins the transformative, and then you start getting the formation of the being, or the fetus and all of that. So from the tadpole stage, that spermicide light has already, boom, energized it, and the transformation, it already started. That's the intelligence at the sperm cell stage that knows, sees, and is all-knowing, which is this. Hold on, you see that? You can see what that is. That's the eye. This is the eye. This is the eye. That's the eye. If you take your fingers and you see how mine is made like that. Let me see. See that? That's the eye. But if you see it from the back, you see exactly what I'm doing. That's the eye. That's the sperm cell. The all-knowing. That motherfucker knew y'all was fucked up from the time that nigga said, hey, baby. Just knows, because it is. So we're talking about mindset. We're talking about a mindset here. Not saying that nigga fucked up. Do you know why that nigga fucked up? Because 9 times out of 10, that nigga been reincarnating back down here, recycling back down to earth so many goddamn times and seeing the same traumas over and over and over again. That motherfucker deserved to be fucked up. He's earned the right to be. And that's nothing to be proud of. I'm just telling you, that's what happens when you keep seeing this same thing over and over and over and over and over. You're trapped in a cycle. You ever heard somebody say, you need to break the cycle? That's a cycle that we already learned how to break. Point me to some information that shows that we learn how to break the cycle. All around the world, you'll start to realize that, wait a minute, it's not just the Tibetan Book of the Dead, it's not just the Kemetic Book of the Dead, it's not just the Indus Kush Valley Book of the Dead. The Book of the Dead was all around the planet. And they all got their own, yet the same thing, just another part of that 104-piece puzzle, and I use 104 as a metaphor, so don't start looking. Is there an ancient tradition? Is there a 104-piece puzzle? I'm using it as a metaphor. So it's all a part of that same metaphorical 104-piece puzzle. So everybody had this information. No one civilization trumped the other one. The only reason why you're in love with the ones that you, that's I identify. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but guess what? You're doing it based on ego. Because when you start saying, okay, that's cool, you can go out and buy the headdress, you can go get the joint that the clasp on the beard, you can grow your hair long like that, start shaving it up, you can walk around with a bald head, with the long goatee, and all of this, you can braid it up, you can put the colors on, you can start wearing crystals that drape around your back, all that forming a wasket. You can do all of that shit. You can go get the crook, the flail, or whatever you. The real name is this. Type the real name in the chat for me. You can get all that stuff. But all it is having these right here and still being a jerk. Egotistically walking around thinking that you're not a jerk and that it's everybody else and not you because I got tuning forks. What the hell that mean? There's niggas that's got millions of dollars and they still broke. They still broke. Terribly broke. Nigga, you sound crazy. I know. This not your conversation because you missed it. But you deal with them types of people to get to where you think you want to be at, and then you end up realizing, damn, I'm just as worse as them. Not because I took the money. Hell, I'm the same way. We're talking about the human condition. So, the cats say, well, here, y'all want one of these lunches for later? Leave them, okay, well, take a few to give to somebody else. Because here's one thing you got to realize. When you start talking to people like you got sense, okay, now, it shouldn't be hard for you to do this. If it is hard for you to do this, only thing that really means is that you got work to do. And don't beat yourself up about it. It just means you got work to do. You hate the job that you go to every day, but you go and do that motherfucker anyway. Why? Because you don't want your lights to go off. But yet in here, your lights are off. So, now let's get to it. when you start talking to people like you got sense and you live on the street, they look at your ass like you beat up their grandparents. They get offended. The fuck you doing talking to me like that? You live on the street. You supposed to be running up to me. I supposed to be fending you off, shooing you back. No, hold on. I just throw it out the car at you. You know, when you pull up around a bunch of homeless guys with a bunch of women in tight clothes, I ain't telling you you should dress a certain way when you go around people, but you know, you high and mighty, you got a lot of knowledge, and you got these people out in the street who you say in your mind they depraved and this, that, and the other, but still we got to do something for them. And you go around them and they start talking to you, and everything they say out their mouth to you is like, oh man, that nigga tried to talk to me. Girl, you heard what he said? Yeah. She did hear what you said. She did hear what he said. And you heard it too. We're talking about the human condition. Where does this all lead back to? Well, there's a part of you that you are afraid to expose to yourself. I ain't talking about nobody else. I'm talking about there is a part of you that you are afraid to expose to yourself, because when you expose it to yourself, guess what? Now you have to walk around and other people will start to see, I can tell you've been through something in a part of your life, and either you still dealing with it or you've gotten over it. Either they're going to say one or two things about you. I can see you came a long way. What the hell did you do to get over what you got through? And it's not going to automatically come out the way I'm saying it, but you know how it is when people see that transformation and they look at you and they just don't know how to form the question. But guess what? Every day you get bits and pieces of that question asked of you. Or either they be like, this motherfucker here, man, god damn. Why y'all let this nigga in? Who told this nigga we was meeting up over here today? And that works for both male and female. Hence I use the word nigga. And if the word nigga offends you in any kind of way, all you got to do is research the word nigga. Not me wanting to hold on to it. You can't beat what fact spoke many millennia ago. Don't take it up with me. Take it up with the ones who knew what the word nigga meant. You nigga. Listen to me. Don't argue. Research and be like, oh, okay. Because guess what? A beautiful black shogunese brother, okay, and that's the term I'm using for the original black Japanese people. Am I speaking out against Japanese people in their present state, in their present form, and how we see them now? No. I'm just talking about the people, an indigenous black if you want to say, prove to me that there's a black indigenous Japanese person, and show me one walking around today. Dr. Kabar Coleman. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Dr. Kabar Coleman did a wonderful presentation on the word nigga. And you know what he said? It doesn't offend me. And he used every way you can use the word nigga. He said, when young people use the word my nigga, he said, I know exactly what they saying. He didn't sugarfoot it. He didn't sugarcoat. He didn't play semantics. He didn't dance around the topic nor issue. He didn't do none of that. Hold on for a minute. All right, cool. What he did was went right to the word and its present day use and its present day, what's the word, colloquial, or however you say it, whatever word that describes how we use the word nigga today in pop culture as young whoever you are, black, white, Puerto Rican, Chinese, Asian, wherever you come from in the world, if you use the word my nigga, some people say you used it with a hard R. Grow up, all right? Please grow up, because if something like the word nigga with a hard R stops you in your tracks and make you get up in arms, guess what? You just in a place where you really need to stop and evaluate what the hell is going on with me, that somebody using this word gonna actually make me stop. Are you doing this because it really, 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 really offended you and you just don't know what that word truly is and how it's truly functioning and operating in this world right here as an alchemic transformative word? Or are you working as an egotistical maniac looking around and see how many people you can get to join your campaign, which later on will become followers and start coming out their pocket supporting your mayhem? Because that's all it is. That's either one of the two. There is no in between. Either you just don't know and you need to do extensive research on it, or you one of these people that's running around and saying, no, I don't care what you say, man. We just need to do. See, that's the problem. No, the problem is you have a problem. We don't, for those of us who know. And guess what? There are some divisions, not as a whole, but I'm talking about like in subdivisions. Not to bring division all around the board, but I'm just saying that in that category, you say you know, but yet you're siding with this person when there should be no sides at all. It's either you know or you don't know. But that sounds like side A and side B. No, knowing is the same thing as unknowing. Because the more you know, the more you realize I really don't know. And the healthiest thing you could do is to constantly remind yourself, I don't know, I'm still learning. I haven't grown yet, I'm still growing. So we're talking about mindset. Not semantics with words. So that's what's set and set up and all of that. Listen, real quick. The word set is layered so deeply that it's not out of reach. Let me say that again. It's layered so deeply that it's not out of reach. Not so deep that it's out of reach that you'll never find out what its true meaning is. It's layered so deep that all you got to do is just be like, oh, okay. I get it now. And I get why people would have this misconception and think that set started out this way. No, set is the whole setup. You wouldn't have no definition of set if it wasn't first. So set being the primordial beginning. And guess what? Before you knew it as a masculine thing, it was feminine. And from the line of set came what? The guidance and put. So, if you was to ever see Jauti with a jackal head or a dog head on the top, you'd be like, oh, I never seen that. I get it now. I get it now. So we're talking about a mindset. Human thought versus the quantum being. Human thought have you left-brained, logical, rationally irrational, emotion-based driven thought, that means if I can't fit it in this box, then it's not for me, which is fine. But that's still brain atrophy, because your right brain is in atrophy. And there's a such thing as emotional based or emotional driven logic, because as the masculine feminine being, which is us men, we're supposed to be balancing our logic with our feminine side, which is the knowing, the intuition. Drop the act, nigga. And the feminine, which is represented as the all, which, why you think it's, just look at the male body and you'll see what I'm saying. The feminine masculine, which if you know, and you know what the masculine represents within the feminine principle, okay? Yeah, you can play the semantics with the word. That's the aggressive side, right? But then they started saying aggressive because they wanted to downplay. Yeah, all right. Once you put that in the rope, that's not even an argument with you. It's not even an argument no more. Once you get that all wrapped up and figured the way it's not even an argument. So the masculine side of the feminine is the creative side in the physical. It is the potential realized. So as women, you're supposed to be balancing your emotions with your rationality. So your emotions won't be running amok and everything just be all not, stop being the crazy woman. Stop crying so much. That's not what I'm saying. That is not what I'm saying. Everything has a balance. Think about it. The same way men project women as being these sort of objects, it's the same thing with men. You're an ATM machine who has a B plus, maybe B plus rating as a sexual performer at best. But other than that, nigga, where that money at? We're talking about a mindset. Go on Instagram and look how they position themselves in their mindsets. Look how they have the children, especially the daughters. Have you ever noticed a growth in women celebrating being with the children? You never see a whole family on Instagram. And I'm not singling nobody out, but you never see the man and the woman with the child making these, oh, they're so wholesome videos. You never see that really. And when you see the male in the picture, he's always in a position of shelling out. Now, make no mistake about it. You see the women doing it, but it's not projected the same way. But him, he's like the Homer Simpson figure. Here you go. You know, being smacked upside the head, dumb nigga. We're talking about a mindset, not condemnation of people. We're not condemning anyone. We're simply saying, look at the mindset, and for all of you people who subscribe to being healers of any sort, there shouldn't be a blame mechanism, period. Why? It's because people either are unwillingly going into darkness or willingly going into darkness. And if they're willingly doing it, it's all part of this game that we're playing to transform ourselves. What are you blaming them for? Once you recognize the components of the game, it's a smoother transition toward the finish line versus getting stumped at level 1 of Super Mario Brothers and having to spend 15 days and 15 nights trying to figure out how to get past level 1 of Super Mario Brothers. No. And then, if you really advance, you figure out cheat codes. And then for those who are past that level of advancement, they have something nowadays called Easter eggs. Now, all of this may sound like regurgitated information. In a way, it is. But one thing you will realize, this is my study though. The same as they did their studies. All of our classical elders who laid forth occult science, and I'm not discounting nobody, because guess what? Knowledge itself in occult science starts at every level. You just don't get stuck there. So, as a historian who is now heavy in the realm of occult science and self-experimentation, I started out as a historian because I wanted to know who were the Hebrews, who were the Moors, who were the Indus Valley Kush people, who were the people in Mesoamerica, who were the people in the Far East and the Near East. Overall, who were the black people of the ancient world? Not just in Africa. Because I already knew, for me personally, my history didn't start on Earth. And that don't put me above you, below you, beneath you, and back of you, or in front of you. We walking side by side. Plain and simple. So, it's just that simple. We're talking about a mindset. Occult information starts at the beginning. Who am I? What is my origin? And where does this journey take me next? We're talking about hidden culture and science reserved for those who are ready for the transformation. If you start giving this stuff to the wrong people, and what do I mean by the wrong people? People who are unaware of themselves, still operating in lower vibrational states of energy, who are egotistically involved in this world as wanting to be its ruler and to take ownership of this place. True, yes, this is the black world. Make no mistake about that. It has nothing to do with race, creed, religion, color, status, identification. No. The only reason why that stuff comes into play is because you don't want someone to know the truth about themselves, and you want to be all inclusive in a time where your ass didn't exist. Let's keep that real. And I don't say that with no malice, no ego, no nothing. I'm talking cold hard facts. Don't argue with me, motherfucker. Argue with time travel. And time travel is easy. Pick up the books that take you back further than what you've been taught about human history. And you will see, oh, at this time, those people were this and that and this and this and this, but I wasn't there. So now that we got that out the way, because I don't want nobody in the audience today to start thinking that I'm some egotistical, racist zealot talking about race purification. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the purification of your inner being, raising you up to you being the God and past being the God, because you only need to be God on earth. Once you out of here and out of this physical body, there's no need for you to be God anymore. You're beyond all of those concepts, because God is merely a concept, and it's a workable concept on earth. It's already been proven, and you have to realize it on your own and start the alchemic transformative work within you. And it's very easy to do. You don't need me to go live to do it, though I thank you for tuning in. I sure appreciate that. But the one thing you must realize is that it starts with you dropping the act. Who you putting on for? Because the minute you start fronting like you the man, homeboy gonna walk by and you gonna be jealous because she spent 15 minutes with her jaw dropped looking at the nigga. And instead of you encouraging her to explore, let's talk about it. Why you ain't go talk to him? And I ain't saying this in no offensive way, like you should have and kept going. No, go talk to him. I'm not so egotistically involved with you that I'm gonna get offended that if you felt attracted to that dude, that, you know, but see, first off, some people gonna start saying, ain't nobody like that. I tried that and it don't work. If you tried it, that's why it didn't work, because you tried it. If you neutralize your ego to saying, why am I trying to confine something that I really don't even understand? You with that woman, but you don't understand her ass. Why? Because you don't understand yourself. You haven't become vulnerable to yourself. You haven't become vulnerable to yourself. You with me, why you looking at him? But you talking about her to your homies though. Your homie call you on the phone and you know he on the phone talking about another woman. Okay? You know he on the phone. Man, Joe, Shawty just walked past me, yeah. Now you trying to structure language, or you feel like you one of them type of people. Yeah, what she look like? Or you think you got it good like that. Now, I'm not saying that it don't exist. There are a lot of people out here that say, look, man, do you. Now, that works in several ways. Either a person is just naturally that comfortable with who they are, or they faking a funk, and they using that as a, yeah, man, yeah, she with dude, but I got all these over here, but on the inside, nigga, you hurting because you don't know if you may wake up one day and you know you invested in her, you got some feeling for her, but you don't know if one of them dudes that she with could possibly take her away from you. Or you just got them people that say, hey, look, we doing what we do. This how we is. And a lot of people look at you from the first two categories and they looking at you like, nigga, come on, man, you fronting. It's da. And they get to speaking in terms like they want something. Something has to be wrong. Something has to be going wrong. That's not true. Nobody truly lives like that. No, just say you haven't got over yourself to be in that position. So it offends you to see other people living in that way. And we're only talking about mindset, not condemnation. I'm going to tell you now, that ain't God behavior on earth. That's insecure, scared human behavior, the animal self. These first three right here. Root, insecurity, feeling like you ain't got a place down here. Everybody's out to get you, judgmental, gossipy, entertaining all sorts of folly and BS, sneaky underhandedness. Now, that's what you call a damaged, inoperative, or overactive damaged root chakra. Not the root chakra representation as a whole. I'm saying those are the conditions of the A and B situation that I explained. Either damaged and inoperative or damaged and overactive. Which is worse? Both of them. You don't want neither one of them. And ain't no, if I had a choice, if you had a choice, you would have a balanced root chakra. Only a fool would chase darkness and say, well, what if I don't know? And if you're being made aware of it, then you will say what I just said. I don't want neither one of them. I want a balanced one. So, sacral chakra, the same thing, except for instead of creating meaningful things, you create chaos. Over-sexualized, under-sexualized, and everything that comes along with it. Because this is, you get creative. This is one of your creativity centers. This is your main creativity center. This is the seed of all creativity summed up right here in the sacral. Because everything involving creation is sex. Why? Because there's a masculine and feminine component that comes together in a sexual-like union, and it's already been proven. That's why this right here endowes, if you want to say which chakra summarizes in totality the creation, this right here. You just get to higher forms of it. But this right here is the beginning of it. So these two right here out of whack, you know this is out of whack. This is your solar plexus. So, if you are looking at the Wizard of Oz, this is the Cowardly Lion. If it's damaged and underactive or overactive, this is the Cowardly Lion, damaged, overactive, or underactive. This is the Scarecrow. This is the Tin Man. When you raise these up, okay? When you raise these up into here, when you heal these and raise them up into here, into the Emerald City, you realize, wait a minute, time out. I didn't need a brain. I just needed to neutralize and to stimulate my ego so that in my heart, I can pursue truer knowledge because I'm already in a stable foundation within myself. I am now secure in myself. You know what I mean? That's the magic. Okay? That is the magic. So, and we're talking about mindset here. We're not talking about judging people, categorizing people. These are the type of people to avoid. And yeah, but they're just some nasty people out here in the world. Do you know why they're like that? And don't start saying, that's just the way they is. You just don't know. It's okay to say, you know what, I don't even know, man. Do it all the time. You know what, bro, I don't even know, man. It is what it is. The next step is starting to figure out versus leaving it like it is and coming to that same conclusion. Yeah, because guess what? They doing fine. You're getting involved. But you know who you're not involved with? You. See, when I explained a little while ago about the person neutralizing this ego to the point where is physical union doesn't play a role in his well, let me say it like this. You neutralize the ego to where it is you're no longer looking at this person as being confined, prisoner to you. Oh no, that's ego. So you saying, yeah, so that's like polygamy. Multiple women, multiple men. That's ego. That's ego. No, here's the thing. Here's the misconception. It's ego when you're in that position and you're looking to control. You're supposed to explore. And it's not me making up fanciful words for you to have multiple partners and sleep around and do all this. No, you're supposed to explore with the added knowing that I am not here to mislead you in any kind of way or to jeopardize your spiritual growth. I'm here to be completely involved with you on this level, how we see it, and I'm here to expose myself to you and say, hey, look, check it out. Me and you got our thing together, but there are others. What do you mean there are others? You're not the only one. And I'm letting you know this up front. I'm not going to sit here in front to you like I want to be with you exclusive, but yet I got them. If I want to be with you exclusive, then I will let them go in a balanced and peaceful manner, and then we interlock our energies together. But right now, this is how I'm moving forward. Okay? This is how I choose to operate until I meet up with that person. You understand? I choose to do it this manner because it's healthier for me and you. And hopefully you'll find it healthy for you too. I don't want you with me suppressing any thoughts, feelings, or desires. I don't want to confine you to me and have you suppressing any thoughts, feelings, and desires based on some construct that confines you and having you not expand as a spiritual being. Because what you're going to come to realize that all of the stuff that they tell you to run away from, that's the stuff you're supposed to be doing until you say, okay, I'm over it. Not faking like you over it. And you jumping around. Okay? Understand that. It's not about how many people you can build on your team. Oh, I got to dip over here. I got to dip over there. No, that's childish, egotistical behavior that only leads to one thing. When it's time for you to really try to settle down, guess what? All of that stuff comes back full scale. And now you looking like, I can't trust nobody because when I was doing this, that, and the other, now it's like, I wonder, now you want to chill and you can't chill. When it was really about exploring that side of you, saying, okay, you know what? Yeah, I'm supposed to be with this one person. I can't go to the next lifetime with 3 girlfriends. No, it's one and we out of here. The great work requires 2 beings to come together. No matter how you identify, what you look like, let's make that clear. Because in the spirit realm, gender doesn't exist. So, after you done having fun down here, you and that one person say, okay, this is who I choose to go to the next life with. That's how that works. Anything else, from what I know, not as law, from what I know, not as opinion. I don't give opinions. I tell you what I know, leave it at that, or whatever you want to do with it. Take it how you want to. I don't mean no harm when I say that. All I'm saying is, what I know is, have fun. When it's time for you to leave this world, make sure you're doing it with the person you want to leave this world with. Bottom line. That's how we gonna sum that up. You're supposed to have fun. You're supposed to, okay, all right, I've experienced this person for a spell. I experienced this person for a spell, this person for a spell. Not saying, ooh, are you right for me? No. You're not looking for the right person until it's time for you to say, okay, all right, this is who it is. But other than that, you're not treating this person like, oh, you just wasn't the right one for me. You're not the right one for you. Everybody is an experience until that moment happens. Once you meet that person, you and your spirit and your being will know. Sure, you can get flashes of that with different people, but you ignore everything else because you go with, you start getting selfish. You want to control the person. I'll never get tired of using this example. My man Bobby Hemmett said he was out with his woman. They was at the bar. He goes to use the bathroom. Cat walk up to his girl and he's talking to her. He offered to buy her a drink. Long story short, Bobby come back from the bathroom. She let him know it wasn't on some old, this nigga tried to talk to me, I shut him down. She just let him know, hey look, this cat, he was trying to talk to me, blah, 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 blah. He offered to buy me a drink. And he said, why didn't you take it? It wasn't that he was out there playing on people to buy alcohol for him, this, that, and the other. He wasn't going out there on no games. He was simply trying to let you know, for those in the audience who he came to talk to, for those who understand the language, and don't feel bad if you don't, you're getting there. Keep making progress. He was simply letting you know, my ego doesn't run to where I'm in the bathroom worried about what she doing. Otherwise, you come stand outside the bathroom door and keep your head down and I better not hear you saying nothing to nobody. I better not hear nobody talking to you. If that was the case, remember when you used to see a couple walking down the street and you couldn't help but notice how she looked or how he looked, depending on who's in that situation, and you looked at them and the person turned back and saw you looking, you either got two reactions. Either the person, man, what you looking at my, or why you looking, or they look like, yeah, you see who I'm with, right? And y'all acknowledged each other like, I see you, yeah. Either you felt one or two ways about that situation. Why that person with that person, or you like, yeah. And you went home and you appreciated the person you was with, or you started thinking to yourself, why I can't get nobody like that? Why you can't do it? Simple. First off, examine the point where you asked yourself, why can't you do it? What made you think it's impossible for you? Why? Because we're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. This right here is out of whack. You still operating in this as the blaming victim human. You're still in your animal stage. You think everything I just said is an impossibility. You're going about what I just told you a few seconds ago with rationality, not seeing it like, damn, you know what? I know some people like that. Or people been looking at me crazy because I thought and felt this way all my life. Not that you need me for confirmation, but synchronicity is a real thing. Because there are no coincidences. I broke down to you what coinciding incidences really are. Ain't nothing but synchronicity. This shit already been put in order. Most of us, we already set this life up according to how we want to experience it, all the way up until the last day we down here. Most of us fell off track with that. For everybody else, you have the ability to start shaping and setting that shit up for yourself right now. You just believing in the okie doke. So hang out with me for a hot second. I'll be right back. Oh, my bad. Old wind. Here you go. Old wind blowing. So, I mean, it's not hard. It's really not. It's complicated because of your unknowing. Bottom line, that's it. It's complicated because of your unknowing. Don't let that stop you. So, we're talking about mindset. We're not talking about people to blame for our personal shit. Your personal shit is your personal shit. And if you look at it that way, everybody got personal shit. Why? Because of mindset. Because of programming. Who was the first person that programmed you? Your parents. Are they to blame? Did they have this type of readily available information? Even if they did have it, do you blame them? Well, why? Well, when they was talking about it, well, why wasn't you all ears? Yeah, I'm gonna leave y'all to think about that as we get right on into this right here. Like I said, all the information and ways that you can help support what I'm doing, it will be posted later on. I'm gonna post it on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, and I'm gonna post it on I'm gonna post it on my whatchamacallit too. My YouTube channel via a post on my YouTube channel. Just tighten this joint up real quickly. Okie dokie dokie dokie. So, like I said, we're gonna send some energy down here first with this one. Actually, you know what? We're gonna start with my joint there. Right here. This is a universal tuning fork. We will use this for the earth chakra. All right. So, And that will conclude this session. Again, all information as far as like supporting me, and I do thank you for that. I appreciate it. Will be posted. And man, best thing I can say is do you. Work on you. You know, nobody can save you but you. And it's only up to you, and you are only responsible for you. And conscious awareness starts with you. You know, so that about do it. Thank you for your participation, and I'll catch y'all next time.